Breaking news. Anthony Bourdain is dead. Rest in peace. Let's talk about it. This is pretty random, to be honest. But we're gonna go through it. All right. It says CNN's Anthony Bourdain dead at 61. Anthony Bourdain, a gifted storyteller and writer who took CNN viewers around the world, has died. He was 61. CNN confirmed Bourdain's death on Friday and said the cause of death was suicide. It is with extraordinary sadness we can confirm the death of our friend and colleague, Anthony Bourdain. The network said in a statement Friday morning his love of great adventure, new friends, fine food and drink, and the remarkable stories of the world made him a unique storyteller. His talents never cease to amaze us, and we will miss him very much. Our thoughts and prayers are with his daughter and family at this incredibly difficult time. Bourdain was in France working on an upcoming episode of his award winning CNN series Parts Unknown. I really enjoyed that show. His close friend Eric Ripert, Rippert, the French chef, found Bourdain unresponsive in his hotel room Friday morning. I wonder what time that was, because right now it's 7:39 in the morning. So Bourdain was a master of his crafts, first in the kitchen and then in the media. Through his TV shows and books, he explored the human condition and helped audiences think differently about food, travel, and themselves. He advocated for marginalized populations and campaigned for safer working conditions for restaurant staffs. Along the way, he received practically every award the industry has to offer. They just go through it. We'll just keep going through it. Fuck it. 2013 Peabody Award judges honored Bourdain and Parts Unknown for expanding our palettes and horizons in equal measure. Alright, so they just go on and talk about his awards and his accolades. Let's touch on this. Um, First, he hosted a Cook's Tour on the Food Network, then moved to Anthony Bourdain, No Reservations on the Travel Channel. No Reservations was a breakout hit, earning 2 Emmy Awards and more than a dozen nominations. In 2013, both Bourdain and CNN took a risk by bringing him to the news network, still best known for breaking news and headlines. I don't know about that. Hashtag fake news. But let's see what's going on. Bourdain quickly became one of the principal faces of the network and one of the, I don't know what the fuck that word is, linchpins. I don't, of the prime time schedule. See, that's that bullshit when they start when they break out words like that. Nobody know what the fuck that shit mean or how to pronounce that shit. Season 11 of Parts Unknown premiered on CNN last month. Damn, he went 11 seasons. While accepting the Peabody Award in 2013, Bourdain described how he approached this work. We ask very simple questions. What makes you happy? What do you eat? What do you like to cook? And everywhere in the world we go and ask these very simple questions, he said. We tend to get some really astonishing answers. Bourdain's death happened after, oh wow, Bourdain's death happened after fashion designer Kate Spade hanged herself in an apparent suicide at her Manhattan apartment on Tuesday. Spade was found hanged by a scarf she allegedly tied to a doorknob, an NYPD source said. Suicide is a growing problem in the United States. The U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention published a survey Thursday showing suicide rates increased by 25% across the United States over nearly 2 decades, ending in 2016. 25 states experienced a rise in suicides by more than 30%, the government report finds. If you guys are awake, you know all about the Kate Spade incident. So yeah, that is the article from CNN. Apparently, Anthony Bourdain is dead at 61, and it's crazy because said this article was written by Brian Stelter. That's the chubby dude on CNN. The I don't know if he's bald or his hairline is just really pushed back. But that's that dude with the annoying voice. He's really annoying. But as far as my opinion about this, I'll say to him I'll say rest in peace. I appreciated Anthony Bourdain because of his show Parts Unknown. You know, a person like me and people like me, we don't have the finances, we don't have the money to travel whenever we want to and go wherever we want to go. So we can only see the world through other people's eyes a lot of times. And I would watch Parts Unknown, and I would be able to see Thailand and all of these just different countries and cultures, and it was just a really beautiful thing. It was a really beautiful thing to see. Just how similar us human beings are, you know, by default. You know what I mean? And if it wasn't for him, I personally wouldn't have been able to witness that myself, and I appreciate him so much for that. I think that show was really monumental, and I think it was impactful. If you if you're a person that, especially if you're a person that can't travel yourself. Um, Now let's just. I want to get some more information on. They're saying that he died of suicide. It was an apparent suicide, but let's get some. Let's get some more information on that. And I know I got on zombies in the background getting my fucking ass kicked. I'm not even paying. I'm just, you know what I'm saying? Some days you just gotta wake up and kill some zombies, you know what I'm saying? Oh Lord, don't tell me he hung himself. Anthony Bourdain dies of suicide at 61. This is what is this? What is this? Page6.com. That's the source. Page6.com, whatever that is. I'm just skimming through it right now. I'm trying to get details on there's nothing on here. There's literally nothing on this. said that he's dead. They didn't write anything on that website. That was awful. All right, this is CBS News. Yeah, I guess they're. Wow, that's awful. I'm trying to figure out what was the suicide like. Did he hang himself? Yeah, it says the story is developing, but I want to figure out before I end this video if he hung himself or how exactly he committed suicide. Apparently, Anthony Bourdain dropped out of college. I didn't know that. It said after dropping out of Vassar College after 2 years, Bourdain started working in restaurants on Cape Cod, eventually getting a degree from the Culinary Institute of America. There you go, kids. You can make it without college, kids. You just gotta find your passion, work your ass off. Hmm. See, I don't like this when I gotta work this hard to get some information on. Cause then the one is just like it's kind of sketchy. Why don't they just say? Cause one thing said that he hung himself. It says Anthony Bourdain dies of suicide by hanging on the page6.com, but I have not seen that anywhere else. So let me see. Maybe they don't want to put that out. I don't know. Definitely by the end of the day, they'll probably say why or how he how it went down, whatever. You know what's so crazy? A lot of these articles just copy and paste. I thought that was plagiarism. So you can't do that in school, but you can do that on a fucking on websites. And I told your ass, you dumb bitch. And they're referring to Kate Spade. Listen to this. Bourdain's death happened after fashion designer Kate Spade hanged herself in an apparent suicide at her Manhattan apartment on Tuesday. Spade was found hanged by a scarf she allegedly tied to a doorknob, a New York Police Department source said. But not anywhere in this article or any article that I've read so far does it say that he killed himself by hanging himself. It's just referring to Kate Spade, and that I don't understand. They said Bourdain's death happened after Kate Spade. Why don't they say similar or like or almost exactly like Kate Spade? Da 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 da. Right? That's strange. I don't know why they won't just say how he killed himself. They said he died. They talked about his accolades. Talk about, his life, how he started out. Talked about his show, but they won't say, how he died. Maybe they're not 100% sure how he died. Maybe that's why. Look at one more article. Let it go. Apparently, Slim Thug hung out with Anthony Bourdain. Anthony Bourdain was probably cool as hell to hang out with, man. He had that I'd say like a rock star vibe. He seemed out there, but he seemed cool, man. He seemed somebody, you could have a conversation with, you could talk to. Like I said, I don't know much about Anthony Bourdain himself, but his show really resonated with me, and I really appreciated it. I don't, I'm not co-signing him. I'm not, I'm just saying that his show resonated with me. Mm. Okay. Well, this is ABC27 WTXL.com. TV host and chef Anthony Bourdain was found dead in his hotel room Friday at the age of 61, CNN reported. Bourdain died in an apparent suicide by hanging, CNN reported. His friend and fellow chef R.I.P found him unresponsive in his room. He had hosted Parts Unknown on CNN for the last 5 years. I hope he meets Tupac in there and cook a nice meal for him. Picture him rolling. That's a fact, man. That's some real shit. You probably hook Tupac up, man. If Tupac's not in Cuba or some shit. His fellow chef found him unresponsive in the room. He was in France to film an upcoming episode of the series. Yeah, and it just goes on to talk about his accolades, but it's a sad story, man, because that was such a great show, and he was such a great host, man. The way he hosted that show, and it was pretty organic. I don't think they'll ever have another anybody. I hope they don't even. I don't even know. I want to say I hope they don't continue that show because there'll never be like nobody can host it the way he did. It won't feel the same. Maybe they'll just come up with a spin-off, name it something else. You know what I mean? But so down and no one sees. I don't get it. Yeah, bro. Um, that's why I don't. That's why I don't. I don't respect people that walk around every day and they say shit like, "I want to die," or "I want to kill myself," shit like that, because there are people every day that walk around this earth, and you would never know that they they might be planning on how they're gonna kill themselves every single day. You know what I mean? They might be and you don't even know it. And you got people on social media every day talking about "fuck my life" and "kill me now" and "I want to die," and they're doing that because they're mentally weak, and they just want attention. You know what I mean? And then you have people that when they're ready to die and they really don't want to be in this realm reality anymore. That's what they do. They physically, you know, they grab their nuts and they depart. You know what I mean? So, but I find it interesting that exactly, it's like a fashion statement. Most people that are depressed go into drugs and alcohol to feel numb. Absolutely. But when I think about somebody committing suicide, man, it's just so this is so strange because I was listening to a content creator on YouTube yesterday, and he was talking about this same exact shit. And when you think about someone committing suicide, when they finally want to go ahead with it, they want it to be something quick and easy, not something long and drawn out, right? And it's just so crazy because um this guy was talking about normal people, regular people like us. We don't even know how to tie a hangman's knot. I don't even know what that is, but apparently I'm guessing or assuming it's a knot you tie, specifically for if you're trying to like commit suicide by hanging yourself. Because the whole point is when you're hanging yourself, the what you're really trying to do is break your neck, and then that's how you would die. But a lot of people, they don't break their neck and they just end up suffocating. And it takes, this dude was saying that it takes between like 5 and 7 minutes, or like up to 7 minutes to like suffocate to death. And it's just so strange how I was listening to this guy yesterday. He was doing a live stream and he was talking about that. Hell yeah, man. Because when you think about it, when you break your neck, in theory, right? You break your neck, crack, boom, you out of here, right? But you suffocate, you just sitting there, can't, oh man, shit. But yeah, you just sitting there gasping for air for 7 minutes. You know what I mean? I couldn't. But it's just strange that a lot of these celebrities or people of status are choosing to hang themselves. And I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I'm a conspiracy analyst, and you got to look at patterns, and you got to think outside the box. I've never heard of a black celebrity commit suicide. Has it ever happened in the black community? Never heard of suicide happening in the black community. Right now, like my brain is so focused on this Anthony Bourdain shit that I can't even think off the top of my head. Normally with the most recent I can think of is Prince, Michael Jackson. They both died off pills. Um, a lot of black celebrities, like Tupac, Biggie, they were slain. So yeah, you don't really you. I mean, like I said, off top, off the top of my head, I can't. You know what I mean? I wish I could go through it for you, but I just can't think of it right now. But it's just strange that you have these celebrities, they have enough money to purchase a gun. They have enough, you know what I mean? They have enough. They're good. They can purchase a gun and off themselves quick fast. Um, they have opioids. They could overdose. So it's just strange that this is a pattern. And about Tupac, he didn't get to choose to die or not. Well, he died of gang banging, basically, but still, wars take thousands of innocent people every day. Absolutely. But how? What do you guys think about uh about this Anthony Bourdain situation? I was sitting here playing playing Call of Duty Zombies, man. I was about to go get me some breakfast, and this report from CNN popped up on my phone, and I'm like, wow, that's so random. You know what I mean? Because like I said, his show was such an amazing show, and you got to see cultures from all across the world in their natural, in their natural setting and environment, and you could literally live through them. You know what I mean? For that for the time being, for the time that that show was on, and I thought it was beautiful, man. Seeing everybody else's culture, and I think it was amazing, man. What do you guys think about that? Did you like the show? Did you not like the show? How do you feel about him? You know, they're saying it's an apparent suicide. How do you, you know, Finland? Wow. And he was here a couple years ago making a show about our food culture. That's awesome. And I've always liked him and his positive attitude towards life. So I'm fucking shocked here. It just doesn't make any sense. He was so happy. Well, like you said, I think we were just talking about that. You never know. Suicide is never an option. What makes you say that, Brandon? But yeah, like you said, bro, you never know. There's people that walk around every single day, man, and especially these celebrities and people in the public eye. You have no idea how they feel. You know, they can. It's just a picture. It's just a video. But are we going home with them? Are we hanging out with them? No, we don't know what they're going through in their personal lives. Just like, we're regular people. Don't A lot of people don't know what we're going through in our personal lives. So at the end of the day, we're all people. It's just human nature. We're all, susceptible to the same exact, emotions and fears and stress and frustration. You know what I mean? But if I was to off myself, I wouldn't even think about hanging myself. Help is always there, man. Do you think it was an option where he was? Do I think suicide is never an option? This is a really this is a tough topic for me, man, because to be honest with you, I'm not even trying to be like fucking like emotional or anything like that, but I personally battle with depression, man, for like since I was a younger kid, a younger child, and I personally know so many people that battle with depression. I personally know people that tried to kill themselves, using opioids, or using drugs. Personally, like I can touch them and feel them, and they would tell me, I tried to kill myself. You know how you'll just be, just hanging out, and you'll just text your friend to see what's up, just to talk, and they won't hit you back. So that's what happened to me. I hit this it was this female that I was friends with a while ago, and I was just texting her one night, and I'm like, yo, what's up? Where you at? Question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark. Next day, she hits me up, and she's like, yeah, I didn't respond to you last night because I tried to kill myself. I was trying to kill myself. And she like tried to take a whole bunch of pills and overdose. Apparently, I guess it didn't work or whatever the case may be. And so I can't I mean, clearly, if a person is capable of killing themselves, if a person is capable of killing themselves, then it is an option. Is it the best option? Who am I to say that? You understand? Who am I to say that? Who, like this one example, it was in the news recently of that female that was what? she had a pimp or she had someone, take her, and and then the guy was raping her and selling her for sex, and then she killed the guy, and then she went to jail. So it was like the only choice she really had to be free or get away was kill him, kill the guy that was pretty much her slave owner or whatever. I don't even know how to call it, or kill herself. You know what I mean? So it's like it's all subjective, and it's all through a person's perception. You know what I mean? I could never. I could. Who am I to say what's an option for anybody other than myself, right? So that's how I look at it. But let me see what you said. Me too, man. Anxiety attacks for a while. Anxiety attacks are the fucking worst, and people really don't. People laugh at that shit. They don't understand. But never thought about offing myself. Got help and things are better. How did you get help, Brandon? What did you do? It it is an option, and it's there for people to fight through life and better themselves. I agree. But once again, shit can get real demonic. Shit can get really demonic out here, especially when you don't have, anybody that'll grab your hand and be like, let's go, we good. It's gonna be all right. You know what I mean? All you need is one person to say we gonna make it. That's all you need. But as far as Anthony Bourdain, yeah, on the show he looked good, in pictures and videos he looked good, in the public eye he didn't. I don't know. Was he on drugs? I never got this feeling or seen him on drugs. He wasn't like, I'm not, as far as I know, he wasn't like abusive to himself or people. So it's like, that's why it was just so random and compelled me to make this video. You know what I mean? It's just so random. Sure it can, man. But you fight through that stuff, and you're stronger. And to be honest, I think he had an alcohol problem. An alcohol problem. I wouldn't doubt it. That's the only thing I could really say about him. Cause on that show he would drink a shit ton of alcohol, but then again, I see people. If you guys go on, this is way left. But if you guys go on YouTube and you watch this channel called Reckless Eating, right? Reckless Eating. It's a channel on YouTube, and I just stumbled upon it. You want to talk about alcohol problems? These dudes are crazy. They throw up in every video. So yeah, they got an alcohol problem. But it's just sad, man, because that his legacy. And you know what's so crazy? I didn't even know he was 61. His red face said it all. Is that like a symptom, or like that's something that happens when you drink a lot for an amount of years? But yeah, on the show, he definitely. But he was, it was. Yep, alcohol. Oh, okay. I never knew that. I never knew that. But let me see if I think I need more information now. Drug addiction causes suicide. It could be a factor, or it could be reversed. You could want to commit suicide, but you could be too scared to, or and then you just run the drugs. You know what I mean? It could flip flop. It could be vice versa. Um, well, he wasn't in any of his shows that you could actually notice. Did you guys like his show? Did you guys appreciate it? Did you not like it? Cause was that you, Northern Lights, that said he was in Finland? In Finland? That's awesome, man. I live in New Jersey. I wish I got a chance to see him or meet him, cause I feel like he was in New Jersey all the time. His personality, his person. You know what's so crazy? This man went to so many different countries and was around so many different cultures, right? But his personality was the glue. How crazy is that? This man's personality was the glue. And imagine if everybody was like that. Imagine if the majority of people, was like that. a legendary rock and roll bassist, and I'm a guitar player myself. That's awesome, man. Shit, I know learning how to play guitar is probably hard as fuck. Lewis says, "Yeah, it was great. Had a perceived dream job. Yup, travel the world and eat. Every time I watched that show, bro. Every time I watched that show, bro, I was just like, wow, this dude has the best fucking job, man. Just to eat and chill and see something new every day, man. Can you imagine that? Us regular people, man, we go to the same job every day. We talk to the same people every day. It's it's damn near on some passive zombie type shit. It's like that's the Matrix, you know what I mean? And he wasn't living in the Matrix, man. He was just living a new life every damn day. You know what I mean? I think I saw an episode of him where he was somewhere, I don't know where, but man, I can't remember where it was, but they pretty much did like a part, like half of the episode they were like on a big ass boat somewhere, and they were just chilling on the boat, and it was a whole bunch of boats in the ocean, or somewhere off the coast somewhere, and it was like, wow, it was just so beautiful, man. You know what I mean? Like it was just, and that was him. He was just chilling, man. He was getting paid to do that, but it's so weird. Just some time ago, Chris Cornell did a suicide. After that, oh shit, Chester Bennington. Damn, I don't. I think I've heard of Chris Cornell and Chester Bennington. His good friend imitated him and did too. So have families. Yeah, that's awful, man. Chris Cornell had a band called Audio Slave in Chester, Lincoln Park. Wow. I remember when he ate with Obama. Yes, I remember that episode. That was a great episode, man. And you know what's crazy? Regardless if you like Anthony Bourdain, if you liked Obama or not, that was such a great episode, man. And then you saw Obama arrive, and everybody, it was just good for humanity. You know what I mean? It was just good for humanity. And I'm not gonna say like I like Anthony Bourdain or not. I'm not gonna say that I like Obama or not. But I look at shit from a big picture, and it was just a positive interaction. That was a great episode, and they ate those noodles and everything, man. And I think they sat on like them little ass chairs and shit. Uh, they were millionaires. Money can't buy happiness, man. It can't make you happy in your core. It can entertain you for a while, but it can't. You know what I'm saying? It can't. It can't. I don't even know how to say it. It can't make you whole. Um, yeah, they had a beer. Yeah, but that just becomes to the fact with money you can't buy happiness. Yeah, and even though we all try to achieve it, that's a fact. I remember Jada. What's up, Jada? She says, I remember when he came to the Philippines. Wow. That show really brought in people's thoughts and about the Philippines, yo. That's all it takes. That's what's so crazy. And that's why it's so important to travel. I really haven't traveled much, but the job that I do, I'm a driver. You know what I mean? And I'm a driver, so I meet people. I meet so many people from different cultures, and they just talk to me about their cultures, and unless all it take for a closed minded person, um, to be open minded is to just see somebody else's culture that one time, and the light bulb will go off and it'll change their entire perspective. You know what I mean? Yes, rest in peace. I'm just wondering, is Trump ever depressed? He's so full of himself. Pretty good at hiding it though. Trump is so old, man. I don't know how he has all that fucking energy, man. I'm 27. I could barely fucking get up in the morning, and I don't do drugs or anything. Brandon says, I just think it's important to tell people there's options. I agree. other than suicide. That's all. I can understand in your extreme pain, incurable diseases, but if you're a drug addict, there's no way. There is a way out. Lewis says, "Yeah, man, this shows us all that money and fame are not the key to happiness. Absolutely, our capitalist society has high suicide rates. Absolutely, family, friends, and the little things are more important. That's all that matters, man. That's all that matters. Word, man. Okay, you're 28. I'm 27. Alcohol was the gate that led him to suicide. You think so? We'll see what the toxology report says. You think they'll put that out? Well, alcohol makes me depressed too. That's why I don't drink often. Hangovers don't get any better by age. Absolutely, I agree, man. That's why every now and then, right now, I'm drinking. I drink. I'm a social drinker, right? So right now it's the NBA Finals. I'm rooting for the Golden State Warriors. So every game I'll just watch the game and have a drink, or go out and watch the game and have a drink. But that's about it, man. You know what I mean? Like once you get older, you know what I mean. You gotta just come to you gotta ascend. Warriors, let's go, baby. Let's go. Let's go. We going. Look, man. Hold on, Brandon. Hold on, Brandon. Hold on, Brandon. Hold on, Brandon. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. We gotta give it a moment of silence. Hold on, Brandon. I got something for you. Brandon. Brandon, you see me, Brandon? Brandon, I'm taking this with me everywhere today, Brandon. How the hell did we get to the Warriors? We talking about Anthony Bourdain, baby. I take this with me when I go in the bathroom, man, and handle my business. I'm taking this everywhere, baby. You know what I'm saying? Everywhere. I'm having a broom party, a BYOB, bring your own broom. Party at my house, family. LeBron is the best, but the Warriors are the champs. But I appreciate everybody in here, man. You guys are funny as hell. What's up, Trevor? Speaking it real, bros. I appreciate all you guys in here, man. Like and subscribe, guys. And we gonna always, I just started this channel, man, and I talk about a whole bunch of shit. But I appreciate you guys being up in here. Let me see if they came out with any more information. You know what I mean? But what do you guys think that they should continue the show with a new host, or do you think that they should completely end the show, maybe do like a spinoff with someone else? What do you guys think? Spinoff? Who do you think they should bring in a familiar face, or do you think that they should get in like a brand new person? Because I know he probably had a lot of people on that show, that are familiar faces that they could pass the torch to. Action Bronson, he has his own show, man. But I like Action Bronson's show. I don't really listen to his music, but I love food, man, and he has a lot going on that show, bro. He can get that CNN money. That's a fact. He just has an online show right now, right? I think it's only on YouTube or something. You know what? Let me go on to Twitter. I'm so antisocial. I I forget about Twitter. But I really don't feel comfortable with this. Brandon, hit that subscribe button, baby. Go Warriors, man. And have a great day, bro. Be safe out there. Let's see. We're gonna go on his Twitter. Oh shit. I took the wrong one. Let's try it again. Alright. I fucking remembered the password to my Twitter. So let's go over to Anthony Bourdain. See what's going on. Let's see when his last text was or his last message was. That's so crazy. It says Anthony Bourdain retweeted on June 3rd. That was 5 days ago. And he just retweeted just to check out, I guess, check out a song that was for the episode. But that was on June 3rd. That was the last time he retweeted. And who knows, he might not even run his own Twitter. Some people might run it for him, you know what I mean? But that's just so crazy because when somebody passes away, you know what I mean, you can literally see what was the last thing they said on social media. And that's just so crazy. Because it's like you're like, wow, this person was just here. This person was just writing this message, you know, for everyone to see. That's crazy. Here's a quote that he had. You learn a lot about someone when you share a meal together. Anthony Bourdain. And that's what we were talking about earlier. You know, for a lot of closed-minded people, a lot of people that don't want to, you know, take a step back and look at the big picture. You know, just to see other people's cultures is imperative for growth and ascension. And that's what he brought. That's what he brought to the television screen. And that's just really sad that this is how he would he you know, I don't want to say be remembered. Hopefully he's not remembered by the way he died. You know, hopefully they remember him by the way he lived and everything, you know, he put out there for us to appreciate. See what the New York Times says. He killed himself in a hotel room, CNN said. In everything he did, Mr. Bourdain cultivated a renegade style and bad boy persona. For decades, he worked 13-hour days as a line cook in restaurants in New York and the Northeast before he became executive chef in the 1990s at Brazier's House, serving steak, frites, and French onion soup in lower Manhattan. He had been the chef there for 8 years when he sent an unsolicited article to the New Yorker about the underbelly of the restaurant world and its deceptions. To his surprise, the magazine accepted it and ran it, catching the attention of book editors and resulted in Confidential, a memoir that elevated Mr. Bourdain to celebrity chef and a new career on TV. Before he joined CNN in 2012, he spent 8 seasons on the globe-trotting host of No Reservations, a travel and food show on the Travel Channel. Damn, 8 seasons. So he did 8 seasons of No Reservations and what? 9 seasons of the other show, Parts Unknown. Wow. And it just says the story is developing. If you are having thoughts of suicide, call the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline at 1-800-273-8255 or go to speakingofsuicide.com. So yeah, I think I'm gonna end this video now. We've been talking about it for an hour. We had a bunch of nice people pop in, and I think we had a productive chat. Um, my final thoughts on this is rest in peace to Anthony Bourdain. His show was priceless, and I hope that they continue the show. I really do. But I hope that it doesn't continue as Parts Unknown. I hope that they just do like the same show, just give it a different title, and either way, I hope they bring in a familiar face. I hope they bring in someone that was on the show with him often, that can deliver, that has a persona, a personality, that can deliver the same feeling, and make you feel, like you're truly understanding and embracing the culture of these other countries. You know what I mean? And because that show, I think that show is imperative to a lot of people that just don't have the financial means to travel. So if you guys got anything to say, let me know, or I'm gonna close it out. Okay. So yeah, so many people on Twitter just sending him messages and just saying rest in peace to him. You can tell a lot of people, and I mean, I'm on the East Coast, and it's 8:31 right now in the morning, and it's just so many people saying rest in peace to him. First thing in the morning. So, regardless of how he left this world, people appreciate him for what he did while he was here. But hopefully, we get some more details. If we get any details about the hanging, you know, maybe what exact time it was, or the hanging, what he hung himself with, what he used. Did he use a scarf? Did he use a rope? Did he use what he used? Then maybe I'll make like a part two, or we'll come back on here. But for you guys coming in, what do you think? How do you feel about this? I see some people popping in, and it's so crazy. I was about to cut it off, but what do you guys? How do you guys feel about this? Do you think that they should continue the show, or should they have a spinoff with the familiar face, or just a brand new host? What do you guys think? New host altogether. How do I read your name? Let's see. I want to say Malka. That's a unique name. It's just so many. It's just really uncomfortable how many people of status and celebrities are choosing to take their life, by hanging. It's just very uncomfortable. Bourdain's body was found in his hotel room in France, where he had been working on new episodes of Parts Unknown, in which he traveled the world and reported on local cuisine and culture. The apparent cause of death was suicide, CNN said, with early reports ending themselves. So, from what I'm getting is, they said, I think he was an alcoholic. I thought he was an unhappy person. What makes you feel he was an unhappy person? Was it because he drank, or do you think that maybe being in the public eye, or you think that uh, he was under pressure, for the show? Because all that traveling can catch up. Drinking and body language. Okay, okay. He could have been, but I would never. I personally don't know. I know on the show, they would definitely drink a lot, but personally, I would never know. If he was an alcoholic in his personal life. You know what I mean? But I can only imagine the pressure and damn near loneliness he could have experienced. Traveling, doing all this traveling. I mean, the only way that I'd really want to travel is I couldn't see myself traveling alone as much as he did. There were physical signs of alcoholism. It was in his skin. That's what another person in the chat was saying. They were saying that his face was red. So I'm not really familiar. Jada says in the CNN news, They said it was connected to his past pertaining to drugs, but they are still not sure about it. So CNN is saying it was connected to his past pertaining to drugs. That's strange though, cause when you think about it, wouldn't he just try to overdose if it had to do with drugs? You know what I mean? That's how I think. I don't know. I try to logically break it down, and especially when it comes to something like suicide, because like we were saying earlier, no one is going to when someone finally accepts the fact and commits to wanting to kill themselves and leave this realm reality. They want to do it quick, fast, in a hurry. No one wants to uh, pretty much suffocate for 7 minutes, right? And then I would really want to hear, because with the Kate Spade incident, they said that she hung herself with a scarf, attached to the doorknob, right? How did he do it? What could you tie something to in a hotel room to hang yourself? The door? You know what I mean? I'm just trying to figure it out for myself before they come out with it. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it affected him mentally. I'm not sure. They just brought it up during the news. Okay, you're right. You're right. But I'm trying to think because I've been in plenty of hotel rooms, and now I'm trying to think. Okay, what? The only thing I could think is in the bathroom. In the bathroom with the shower, that metal thing. He could hang himself on that. Maybe if that could support him. Not sure. Or sometimes they have a closet in hotel rooms where it has like a metal inside the closet. It has like a metal the closet rod. Yep, it has the closet rod, and he could hang himself that way. That seems like that would be more durable and more stable to hang himself, other than the shower rod. The shower rod, you got to look at it. Anthony Bourdain probably weighs like 150. That shower rod will hold him. I don't think that shower rod will hold him. But then again, maybe it was an expensive hotel. Maybe I don't. I never stayed in the super expensive hotels. I don't know. I don't know how durable the rods are in expensive hotels. But he definitely couldn't have hung himself by like the door handle on the hotel. He definitely couldn't have did that. So I hope that they come out with and I'm not trying to be like disrespectful or anything like that, but that's just how I am. I just naturally I want to know how. You know what I mean? The same way they came out and said how Kate Spade hung herself, I would just like to know how. How did he manage to do that? You know? Wow. Okay. Going back to what you said, Jada, because I'm on the businessinsider.com right now. Jada's clutch right now. Let's see. In a 2017 interview with The Guardian, Bourdain reflected on his life in kitchens and said he'd be able to find peace out of a chaotic upbringing, saying he had put aside my psychotic rage after many years being awful to line cooks, abusive to waiters, bullying to dishwashers. Nowadays, I still have a rather withering ability to be sarcastic and displeased, but I'm not screaming at anyone, he told The Guardian. Bourdain was born in New York City and grew up in New Jersey. He would have been 62 on June 25th. Wow, his birthday was in 2 weeks. Wow. Despite his success, Bourdain was known to struggle with drug addiction and had a history of heroin use. I was an unhappy soul with a huge heroin and then crack problem. Bourdain said in the Guardian interview, I hurt, disappointed, and offended many, many, many people, and I regret a lot. It's a shame I have to live with. Bourdain is survived by a daughter and by his girlfriend, the Italian actress Asia Argento, whom she accused of sexual assault. His suicide would be the second high profile such death in the first week of June, after the designer Kate Spade hanged herself on Tuesday. That was this Tuesday? Jesus. So wow, like you said, Jada, this is like my fifth article I'm going through. And every one only has like a little snippet of information that's different than the first, the other one. But like they just said, that's crazy. Despite his success, Bourdain was known to struggle with drug addiction and had a history of heroin use. He was living that rock star life. I was an unhappy soul. Wow. I always wondered though why in restaurants, they people like shit. I always wondered like why is that? Why do they treat people like shit in restaurants? Why is that? I worked at a restaurant one time and people didn't really treat each other like shit, but in a lot of these, I don't know, upscale restaurants, they treat people like shit, like the workers. I don't know. I don't get it. I feel like that's like counterproductive. You know what I mean? And you know what's so crazy? They're saying that season 10 comes out on, it's going to be airing on Sundays at 9 p.m. So, so this is so crazy. This is so nuts. Like his show is gonna be airing on TV. And he passed away. Like this is so crazy. Wow. Yeah, I'm just looking through the tweets right now. It's just you got Ryan Reynolds. He says, absolutely gutted to hear Anthony Bourdain died. No reservations was a ripping show that got a lot of airtime on my TV. That was from Ryan Reynolds. Billboard says Chrissy Teigen, Busy Phillips, and others mourn the loss of Anthony Bourdain. Wow. Donald Trump says, I have utter contempt for him. Utter and complete contempt. Anthony Bourdain. I was like, wait, what? What kind of? I was like, what kind of message is this? No, it was a quote apparently. So Donald Trump quotes Anthony Bourdain. He says, I have utter contempt for him. Utter and complete contempt. But I don't think that's the real Donald Trump. Yeah, that's not the real Don. I don't know who that is. I think that's a fake account. Let's see. Bryan Cranston. Is Bryan Cranston Heisenberg? Is that Heisenberg? Somebody let me know. According to AFSP, there are nearly 45,000 suicides every year in the U.S. Shocking. I was saddened to hear of the deaths of Kate Spade and Anthony Bourdain. Rest in peace. It illustrates that success is not immune to depression. Absolutely not. We all need to be more aware of our friends who are suffering. Absolutely. Look at Heisenberg. I remember Heisenberg was on King of Queens, man. That's crazy. First we feast. They got a lot of they do that the wings challenge. They say rest in peace to a food legend. This is another quote by Anthony Bourdain. He says, "Without experimentation, a willingness to ask questions and try new things, we shall surely become static, repetitive, and moribund. Moribund. That's the vocabulary word for today, guys. Moribund. That's the vocabulary for the word today, guys. And it's absolutely true. Because like we were saying earlier, if you don't get out into the world or open your mind to see new things or see different things, see something, opposite of what you're seeing every day, then your life is gonna be static, repetitive. And that's not what we would play here for. Not anywhere near that. Nowhere close. I'll read like two more of these celebrity tweets. I think I'm gonna shut it down. I can't really find any more like celebrity tweets, but wrap everything up. It's it's not news you want to hear when you first wake up in the morning. Um, but at the same time, if this man was, if this man was hurting and he was in pain, sure, people have different perceptions of how he could have handled it, but he handled it the way he did, and if he was hurting while he was here, hopefully he's at peace now. And that's the only thing you can really, for someone that passes over to the other side. You feel me? That's all you can hope for. So hopefully, I mean, he accomplished so much down here. I'm gonna watch that show today. I'm gonna watch it. I might put on a marathon Parts Unknown today. To really appreciate what he brought here, and rest in peace, Anthony Bourdain. All right. I hope you guys have a great day. Yes, this is rough news, but look at the bright side. He was hurting while he was here. Hopefully, he's at peace now. All right. It's Lowkey. Have a great day, guys.